Hi everyone, welcome back. And basically, today's episode is going to be about the Raspberry Pi, and essentially, I'm going to show you the environment a bit of the Pi 5. It is for a project that we're going to build. It's going to be a GPS project. Let me just straighten this up a bit. It's going to be a mapping GPS project where we're going to essentially, it's going to be for hikers, adventurers, just about anywhere you are around the world. It's going to be using the different, well, it could use different satellites out there, like the regular GPS one, the European one, the Baidu, the GLaSSNAS as well. It can use any which one of those, so very fairly accurate. And the idea is that we create a superb experience that allows users, hikers, backpackers to use it. And what I'd like to do essentially doesn't mean that I might be able to do it, but one thing that I do want to do in this and is to essentially over the course of the next episodes not just create the regular this is the trail that we came, so follow back our steps, uh, not just elevation or uh, the uh, the surroundings, but I'd also like to have the temperature, barometer, wind speed that shows up at the top. I would also like to essentially have where it opens and shows you the dangerous creatures of the area, I guess the dangerous animals. So let's say you're in Australia, we all know there's some pretty dangerous um, wildlife there. And so it will give you those type of warnings. I would also like it to provide us with satellite imagery of storms that are coming in, how fast the storm is going to come in, just see if we can do it as accurate as possible, as well how long it's going to last. So kind of like one of those things that it's going to give you a good idea if you've just hit an area. How quickly do you actually need to build a shelter? And should you really worry about how much it's going to rain or so on? That kind of gives you a perspective as to the elevation that you're going to need. Um, Before we dive into that, before I show you the environment, the actual Raspberry Pi environment, if you haven't seen my previous video, I highly recommend that you take a look. But here it is. It's the Pi 5. This one is 2 to 3 times faster than the 4. I got this as a kit. So it comes with the 64-bit micro SD card, which has Debian 12 already installed in it. And what else? I connected a wireless mouse. And I also have keyboard. Any cheap Bluetooth keyboard will connect to it. Also Bluetooth mouse, so you don't need the this particular mouse here. Just gonna straighten that a bit. And my camera is going a bit crazy here. Yeah, I'll show you the connections, but the kit comes with the power cord. It comes with 2 cables that connect. This is the black one here that for HDMI connects to the monitor. And it also comes with the fan. The fan has essentially it's the fan, but also with the heatsink. It is an aluminum heatsink, so it's very good. It will kick in at 40 degrees centigrade, but if you don't have a fan, just know that this gets very hot. So I highly, highly recommend the fan because it will hit 80 centigrade um, in no time. Depends on how heavy you use it. It also comes with this here that you can essentially connect the SD card just in case you wanted to get Debian in from your PC. One scenario I see is that if there's an issue with your operating system or any issue that you cannot fix, you will need to essentially put your micro SD card in your an adapter like this and connect it and go to essentially get Raspberry Imager and basically that should do the trick. Raspberry Imager will essentially you can replace the operating system, then take your micro SD card and just plug it back in. You should be good to go. So essentially replacing your operating system with a new one. And it's fairly simple to do through Raspberry Imager. This, by the way, came with the kit. Do yourself a favor and get yourself a good quality one. I wouldn't even plug that in to the like. It just sorry, but it feels cheap. I'm afraid to plug that in. Here you have the SD, micro SD, USB, and the USB-C. So, and this one, I wanted to get a good quality brand, Acer. All right. Again, the 5 is 2 to 3 times faster than the 4. So just for a few bucks, get the 5. All right. I'm going to show you the installation, what it looks like, and after that, we will dive in and I'll show you the operating environment. So here's my setup. Basically, power cord, HDMI adapter. This is a wireless mouse with its connection plugged into the USB. It's got 4 USB ports, 2 2.0s and 2 3.0s. And I got the keyboard, Bluetooth. That's pretty much it. Connected to the monitor. Again, I highly recommend Ethernet cord for the first time you're connecting to your Wi-Fi. Connects to 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi and 5 gigs. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the connection. That's my setup. All right, so here we have the environment, and I'll show you a little bit what it looks like. Basically, we could see a nice little screen here, and we have, of course, the trash. Let me just put the trash in the corner there. Now, first thing is, if you click on the Raspberry icon, there's a few options that are already pre-installed, except this one, Visual Studio Code. So VS, I installed this, and I also connected the AI, which is the natural language to code one that I use, or prompt to code. So that is already connected. Let me just show you. If I start Visual Studio Code, basically, here we go. It starts. Let me make this a bit bigger. And we have the environment. So File, I could just create a new file, a Python file, and so on. I'm sorry it's not too clear. I'm going to try and see if I can adjust that. But for now, let me just continue here. I'll show you. So I've got my CodeOgen there. I'm going to try some different systems as well, some different AIs. Basically, the extensions. I downloaded Python, and there's also Pylance. I'm just gonna download Pylance as well. Oh, it's already installed. Perfect. So yep, got my Visual Code going here. Let's just leave Visual Code. There's a way to make this a little clearer. I think it is desktop preferences and defaults. So let me see if this. Oh yeah, I think we got a slight improvement here. All right, I'm not gonna dive into VS today, but just so you know, install it and then just go ahead and install your favorite um, natural language to code processor or NLP. Let me just close this. Other stuff that we can do here. So we have the programming. I'm not familiar with Genie Programmer's Editor or Thonny. I guess I'll have a look at those and see what they are. Internet, you have just basically your browsers. So you could just start up your browsers and go to any site. Let me. So as you can see, when you close it, you still have it there. I can just close it completely. There's recommended software. So let's go through this first. So Chromium is the browser is already installed. You have you could set up your emails. You have arcade games, Firefox already installed. KiCad is a software for electronic, schematic, and PCB design that looks pretty cool. That sounds good. LibreOffice, so a complete basically productivity suite. MU is a Python IDE for beginners, so I guess you have a very simple programming environment. And a couple of other things. You got wallpapers. Here we go. Scratch 3 is a simple pictorial programming language for absolute beginners. Thonny is another IDE. So we got this also. You've got subcategories here, so basically just can view the same thing in the subcategories. accessories. So we've got some archiver, calculator, document viewer. You've got your regular file manager. You've got Raspberry Pi Imager as well. You've got some diagnostics, SD card copier, so you can make copies of that. Of course, you've got your terminal. Some appearance settings. And I believe it might be the same thing if I go to um, if I go to so I've already gone to the default. That's interesting. Let's go to so we have keyboard and mouse options, add remove software. I'll show you that in a moment. Screen configuration. We have resolutions. What if I put it to a lower resolution? So I guess this just takes a little playing with in order to configure and get these a little clearer looking. And I think I'm going to maybe put this back up. All right. So we got lots of different applications here. One thing that I want to show you is other. Actually, not other. It would be under universal access or this is files. Preferences. Um, Accessories. So it's going to be under add remove software. So preferences, add remove software, and this is where you can essentially search for just about any other software and see if it's something that's available. Let's see if we look up something called GPS, or you know what? Let me just open accessories. So I'll just make this a bit bigger, and this is a lot of other basically libraries that you can add. So weather in your terminal, you can have weather, Japanese, graphical user interface for mapping, keyboard keys, Arduino packages, audio video information packages. You've got admin tools, I'm not going to go through each one of these, but let me give you another example here. If you go to games, you have uh, different packages like play chess across three boards, mathematics based puzzle game, real time strategy game of ancient warfare. So you have lots of options under games. So you have the recommended software, and under essentially you could go to the uh, the preferences and add or remove software, and you have a lot of other options that you could search for. So just wanted you to be aware of that. One thing I wanted to get, and maybe it would be fun, is if we go to recommended software, there's something that I've seen here that I was interested in. Huh, it's not here. Okay. Well, you could definitely add it. It was a math program that allows you to do just about any types of mathematics. Um, what else can I tell you? Basically, I'll be working a lot with VS, and that's where we're going to be building the core of it. And let me just get out of the environment. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you about this bad boy here. Um, yeah, I'll also show you how I connect to the little screen that I got, which is a 10-inch screen that connects nicely to this. Looks like I need to get an external battery. Just going to disconnect this for a bit. And yeah, I can't wait to start coding and move on to our project. Basically, just creating the layout of that project and the logics about the logical progression of going about it. And I will share all of that with you. I'm going to share the everything, including the hiccups, and yeah, and we're going to have fun. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be updated with all my latest episodes. And if you like, I would really appreciate giving me a like. That way I know I'm on the right track. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.